this may be the last naturally aspirated GT3. If that's the case, it's some last hurrah for the atmospheric Porsche Boxer 6. With the extra capacity, there are no flat spots. It'll pull hard from 2000 revolutions per minute in a way no 911 has before. And from here to 9000 revolutions per minute is your playground. The high-pitched shriek of the new mechanical valve train in the final 1000 revolutions per minute is just insane too. This final lunge for the 9 on the rev counter, unleashing fury not seen in any 991 before, are included. That the upshift requires more than just a tap of a paddle just makes it so much more exciting and immersive too. The gearing perfectly placed to drop you right back into the mayhem at the exciting end of the power band. Opportunities to do this on the road are few and far between though, such are the speeds you'll be going at this point. Hell, even on an average-sized circuit you'll struggle to get near the upper reaches of the GT3's performance. The fastest part of the track, I tested it on tickling the top end of 4th at around 140 miles per hour, but running out of straight with another 2 gears to go. Like a wild animal trapped in a small cage, the GT3 is always fighting, always just that little bit too much for wherever you happen to be driving it, and always a thrill. There are other purist details in this car that appeal. Unlike the PDK, the manual GT3 has a proper limited slip differential and not the fully active one. Okay, the latter has a much wider operating range, negates the disadvantages of a mechanical diff, and is fully integrated into the stability control and other systems. But it's another layer of electronic filtration between input at the throttle pedal and output at the tires. Better still, you save a little over 30 pounds from a crucial area of the car by ditching the PDK and its additional hardware, plus the mechanical losses of driving the hydraulic system to operate it. It's just a little faster at the top end as a result. These are tiny points. But the kind of things that matter in a car as sharp as this. The PDK GT3 will always be faster against the clock. But driving the manual at a similar pace is just such a rewarding experience, especially around a track where you can play with its wonderfully transparent limits, hold a gear through and out of a corner to fully exploit the epic reach of the motor, and tread the fine line between grip and slip with pinpoint accuracy. The steering may be electrically assisted, and there may be gizmos like rear axle steering to contrive a sense of old-school 911 agility in the bigger, longer wheelbase 991. Purists might not like the idea of such electronic interference, but the GT3's masterstroke is making it all feel so natural. The steering has a perfect weight to it, and the front axle bites harder than any previous version. Meaning you can still sense through your fingertips when you're on the limit and the car is going to push on. At this point, a fractional lift of the throttle is enough to tuck the nose back in before getting hard back on the power and letting the rear wheels finish the job. Choice is yours whether this is a neat and neutral 4-wheel drift or a wilder, more extravagant blaze of tire smoke and corrective lock. But the balance of steering and throttle response is so instantaneous and instinctive you don't need godlike skills to play with it. As you can probably tell, I love this car with a passion. And I love the combination of a hard-edged, naturally aspirated engine and a manual gearbox. The more so for the fact so few manufacturers still offer this combination, and this may well be the last time we have both in a 911. For all that, I'm conflicted about the combination of a cage, aero, Cup 2s and a manual in this day and age, much as I was when I drove the Aston Martin Vantage GT8. If you're going to go full because race car these days, I think paddles need to be part of the package, that or an aero delete option as Aston Martin offered in that instance. In the GT3 there's a similar solution. And that's the touring package. Same car. No wing. All the frenzied pace, but with a strong visual statement. You're in it for the sensations and experience as much as the lap time. That's a subtle but important distinction, and one I think Porsche should have made absolutely clear to everyone by keeping the GT3 PDK only, and reserving the manual for the touring, thereby offering a face-saving solution for the apparent backtrack from the controversy of no manual first time round. That, I think, is the only possible criticism. Beyond that, I'm sticking by the script. Thanks for watching.